This is my passport, and if you look inside, it's going to show you that passport photos suck. It's gonna say that I'm Filipino, but I live in Hong Kong and I haven't been back home for the past 3 years. But do you want to know what I miss the most about being home? It's the early Christmas festivities, happy celebrations, food. Not this. Definitely not this. Of course the people, but also it's this. It's going to be the islands and the beaches. Welcome to the Philippines. I'm currently in the municipality of El Nido in a province called Palawan. Quick summary of how I got here is that I took an hour flight from Manila coming here by the air carrier Air Swift, which is going to be the fastest but also the most expensive option of coming to this place. So after arriving the municipality, I just cluelessly walked around just like my usual exploration self, randomly walked the streets and had myself a meal at this art boutique cafe, which I had traditional Filipino breakfast, which consists of fried egg, a meat, and a garlic fried rice. I'm going to stay here for the next 4 days and let's explore these mind-blowing islands and beaches. So I explored around the small town proper and the interesting streets of the countryside, very different from what I was used to already in Hong Kong. Flew my drone for a test flight and took my first few sets of photos. Then rode tricycles, which will be the main mode of transportation around the area, and just enjoyed being in the countryside. So I went back to my room, so I'm gonna give you a room tour. The room has this closet, a safe, refrigerator, and coffee for the morning, and toilet is not too shabby. The room has 2 beds, although I did ask for 1 large bed because I'm forever alone, so I might have to ask them why they gave me 2 beds. And the highlight, look at that impressive view. Wow. Okay, so that's the room tour. And later today I have a free afternoon, so I plan to go to one of the beaches, which is known as the best sunset spot here in El Nido. So I plan to do a how to do sunset landscape photography over there, which will come out after this video. So do like and subscribe so that you don't miss that. I made my way to what is called Vanilla Beach and the Las Cabañas Beach, 2 popular beaches beside each other in El Nido for watching the sunset. So I scoured around to find photographic opportunities to make a point about sunset photography, so watch out for part 2. The next morning I head back into the town area and joined El Nido Tour A, which will bring us around 5 stops for the day for some of the highlights of the location. I hopped on the boat and made sure to protect my stuff from getting wet. Got told the El Nido slogan by our tour guide:
take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, kill nothing but time, and bring nothing but memories, okay?
And off we went sailing around the waters. Ooh, weather is so clear. So I'm currently in the 7 Commandos Beach, which is the first stop of our El Nido Tour A. And the weather is very lovely today. Very cloudy in the sky, which helps for island hopping because it's not going to be too harsh on the skin. Flew my drone a while ago and I'm currently in the water doing some snorkeling so I can show you around the corals underneath. It's mind-blowing. Spectacular start of the day. So we're currently in a tunnel in the Big Lagoon, which is the highlight of El Nido Tour A. And my guide is accompanying me because I'm alone. And he says that this kayak tour is quite tiring, so he offered to go with me. Thumbs up. Any shout out?
James Travel Tourism, guys. So visit on our page, Facebook page, James Travel Tourism.
It's not surprising why they call Big Lagoon the highlight of the day. It was a spectacular place for a kayak experience around the clear waters and impressive limestone rocks. The view from above was equally stunning, and I'm so glad I brought my drone so I can have unique shots like these that highlight the grand scale of the place and the impressive landscapes. How stunning. After Big Lagoon, we sailed away further this paradise for more snorkeling, and you really just can't get tired of swimming around these beautiful corals and marine life. But I did, so it was time to replenish ourselves with a delicious filling lunch with local dishes and seafood provided in the tour, and a tropical vacation is of course not complete without a coconut. So we are at the 4th stop of El Nido Tour A at the Secret Lagoon, and Behind me is the line going to the lagoon, which is enclosed by all these limestone mountains, and it's quite long, so I just cheated my way by flying the drone so I can see what it's like. Of all the drone flights from the tour, the Secret Lagoon is one of my favorites because despite being a small pool of water with a number of people floating around, you can see how tall the limestone towers are, and being able to fly up close, you can see the jagged sharpness of these rocks. There is also a remarkable beach around the area to explore. We then went on to the final spot called Shimizu Island, which is a small island also surrounded by limestone rock formations and an impressive beach. Okay, so I'm back on dry land, and that wraps up our El Nido tour. A very, very fun tour. Highly recommend. I met a couple of travelers from Switzerland, Singapore, Australia, and of course the Philippines. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for a canopy walk on Taro Cliff. Taro Cliff hiking trail is said to be the best sunrise spot in all of El Nido, but everyone says that it is a dangerous hike that requires to be guided. But then I got rejected. Story of my life. And so I decided the tourist-friendly canopy walk, which is the safer alternative. We're hiking up the canopy walk right now, and my guide is telling me that I can still do the sunrise hike that I originally planned for. I'll think about it. Yeah, I totally didn't. Taro Cliff Canopy Walk Hanging Bridge. So for those afraid of heights, you have a harness. It's a bit wobbly walking here. Interesting experience. And wow, after a short 10-minute hike, really stunning views. What I find really cool from a photography perspective is that you have these cool, sharp rocks for the foreground, and then the town proper, and then the crystal clear waters of the sea behind. Ooh. Highly recommend to go here. Right after I went down Taro Cliff Canopy Walk, it started pouring. I'm just looking for some lunch today, and then later I plan to go to another beach and catch another sunset. I don't really know why I decided to have Greek food in the Philippines, but that was my lunch in the Seaside Cafe, and I hopped on a tricycle to go to Leo Beach, a beach right beside the El Nido airport, which I pretty much enjoyed because of how uncrowded it was at the time, and had some pretty cool landscapes in the background. No sunset though, which was a real shame because it would have been impressive. But I still captured a few more photos, making the most of my visit. Then I capped off the night to have dinner, where I got the table for one, but ordered for two. On my final day, I was headed to Nacpan Beach, which was 40 minutes away from the town via tricycle and a rough terrain, muddy dirt roads, and a bumpy ride that seemed like my future. So I finally arrived at Nacpan Beach, and this place is said to be as one of the best beaches in the Philippines. It's a very, very wide beach, 4 kilometers long, and even though there's quite a number of people, we're spaced out because it's quite wide, and the sand, it's very, very fine. Feels like I'm really in paradise. So activities here, well, I'm just gonna chill by the beach, wait for the sunset, maybe grab some snacks in one of the bars and restaurants over there. There's also a glamping experience you can do in this beach, which I considered doing, although when I checked the prices, it's a bit out of the budget. Especially, I don't think a glamping experience just by myself will be quite worth it. I found another shoreline on the opposite side of the Nacpan Beach, and there's a lot of fishing boats surrounding here, and I'm taking a short time lapse to show the movement of the clouds while waiting for the sunset. So I'm being given some very moody seascape vibes right now, so I plan to take a few more photos because the waves are really picking up, and maybe hope for some colors for the sunset. We never really know. And I hope I did this trip some justice. It feels really, really good to be back home after 3 long years of not being able to visit. I'm now cured of my homesickness. So if you're interested for more island type adventure, have you seen my Halong Bay Vietnam tour? If not, I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.